We are jumping in mid-series into the ace match. Oh boy. Let's go. We are jumping in mid-series here and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala. We have the Croatian Protoss player, the red Protoss representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Goblin. Not Eva. And in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player representing Team Hyper 1. It is HonMonO. Not Nickcracked. I do apologize for the intro saying the wrong name. I just very quickly jumped into this series and wasn't fully prepared for it. I do apologize for that. But yes, it is going to be HonMonO versus Goblin, and we are in the ace match. I don't know what happened in game 1 or game 2, but we're here in game 3, and one way or another, the game is about to end. Now, HonMonO, he does thrive in TvP. This is his best matchup, and if you've watched HonMonO before, you'll know what I'm about to say. HonMonO, he's an animal. he's an absolute animal. HonMonO, he does nothing but all-in. He purely all-ins against Protoss specifically. He plays more macro against the other races, but against Protoss, we see a lot of 2-base all-ins here in this matchup. Now, initially, this is going to be 2-racks. I imagine 2-racks Reaper. This is not an all-in. This is an aggressive start to get ahead in the early game. We'll see how much damage HonMonO can get done. As a probe gets across the map, is attempting to delay the racks, and we'll get a couple of hits in. The last of the racks will complete. And here we go, the proxy does finish up. Oh, actually going to be proxy Marauder. So this should be Marines to reinforce, and Marauders across the map, and maybe even a bunker here to support as well. This is more committed. This is straight up more committed here from HonMonO. I assumed it was just going to be Reapers, but no, it is something clearly far more sinister. As the probe goes down, Goblin is going to be that much more in the dark. Marauder production continuing. And so far, Goblin did go for a regular gate expand. Now, I don't know if Goblin is familiar with HonMonO, I'll be honest. I mean, HonMonO, he is, of course, of a different region, and HonMonO is active in the online tournament scene, but Goblin is not. Goblin does not play in that many online open cups. I'm referring to events like this. I mean, I could be mistaken, but I believe this is Goblin's debut. I think this is the first time he's playing in Sparkling Tuna Cup. He doesn't play in Tenacious Turtle Tussle. I don't think Goblin plays in too many like Pigosaur Cups or Stego Monday events or anything like that. He does play in the European events, but HonMonO does not. And there we go. He does scout. He does, kind of confirm. The Zelnaga did get eyes on the Marines at least. And here we go. The Adept gets caught out. Massive catch. Oh, does shade away. Barely shades away in time. Pylon under fire. Bunkers are being thrown down, but HonMonO, he wants more than that. He wants to bust into the main. The boys are being pulled. Yeah, the probes have arrived. They get us around, and they do look down the SCVs. They try to at least. HonMonO, he's kiting back. Bunkers halfway done, but Marauders, they get surrounded. And one Marauder gets caught out, but another has arrived. Ooh, and that's going to be all the SCVs going down. The bunker does not finish. That was 4 SCV kills, Jesus. I didn't realize how many there were. 4 SCVs do go down. Meanwhile, HonMonO is still reinforcing, sending out more SCVs. The bunker technically is still there, but it's taking a lot of damage. HonMonO, he is somewhat transitioning. Factories on the way. Marauders, they do threaten the army. But the gateway count is getting higher and higher. Shield batteries are ready. Stargate is on the way. I imagine for Oracles, for Void Rays. But the Natural is going to go down. The SCVs have arrived. And they will finish that bunker. Meanwhile, more shield batteries on the way. And HonMonO, does he try to break the main? As the bunker doesn't quite finish, the SCV can go for it. Rax getting some scouting information. There we go. The bunker does now finish. Rax confirms the shield batteries. 4 shield batteries in the main, alongside the would-be Oracle. Stargate is done. Brutal Pilot. Oh my god, the supply block. That's a brutal supply block for Goblin. It may even be worth killing one of his own probes just to make the Oracle, as yeah, the Oracle is going to be trapped for quite some time. There we go. Pilot just now finishing. Oracle now on the way. And HonMonO is going back home. He races back home. Command Center's on the way. Cyclone as well to help defend against the Oracle. Adepts do get 1 SCV kill. Oh, good. But a brutal catch here. As HonMonO, he gets one. And can he get the other? Not quite. Just gets one of those adepts. Other does escape. And even though HonMonO is expanding, I would imagine this turns into a 2-base all-in once the natural gets up and running. Cyclone's in position. Oracle's on the way. Behind this, that is a Robo before Nexus. A Goblin did invest quite heavily here into all these shield batteries, which never fully came into play. Now we can calm things down. We can embrace a longer game state. Goblin securing himself. Bay is on the way. Here we go. Goblin is playing in Elite Leagues? He is. Goblin doesn't practice much to achieve good results, which make me think he must have planned out. I mean, it's one of those things where Goblin used to be more active a couple of years ago. He used to be much more active back in like more 2020, 2021. If you remember, I was assuming like I was a little bit concerned that Goblin was going to retire. Goblin was very inactive last year, like 2023, would show up a little bit in WTL. But what I will say is that most recently, in most recent months, Goblin has been improving. He has been improving a lot. We have seen Goblin kind of spike up in results specifically. I'm referring to like the past like 3 months of play. Has been getting better and better results. So it's been really cool to see Goblin become more active. Goblin was looking very impressive in the most recent season of WTL. In the most recent season, was looking very, very solid. So it's cool to see Goblin being active once again. It's cool to see him being much more active recently. Which has led to this, which has led to him playing in Sparkling Tuna Cup for the first time in a long time. Which we really do appreciate. From here, HonMonO getting saturated on 2 bases, building on more tanks. Stim is on the way. And again, if you are familiar with HonMonO, I wouldn't be surprised if HonMonO pulls the points. We're building up currently on 2 bases, and we'll see how much HonMonO has exactly when he does move out. Meanwhile, Goblin, he is rushing into Colossus first before the 3rd Nexus. Goblin is playing very safe. Scan, I think, just barely caught the tail end of that Colossus. So HonMonO is aware. Stasis traps are being thrown down. Of course, on the new patch, stasis traps are a lot more prevalent, or a lot more available here, thanks to the NG overcharge. As there are stasis traps all over the place. Is something more affordable. Colossus is getting in position. Now the 3rd is going to be taken. But again, Goblin, he's getting into a 3rd Colossus before the 3rd base. Is he able to rival pros? I mean, I would say Goblin is a pro. I mean, I guess it depends on how you do categorize, but like he's salaried, right? Like, oh, stasis does go off. Nice catch. HonMonO gaining ground, no 3rd base. Goblin playing very safe here, which I do actually like, considering how aggressive HonMonO usually is. So I'm saying Goblin playing very safe. Pulling back, contained on 2 bases. HonMonO gaining ground. Vikings, they get a lot of shots off though. Do get a lot of shots off. Pylon goes down. Oh, Jesus. That's like 8 shield batteries on the way. Let's go. Stasis goes off once again. Solid stasis traps. Oh, but Goblin takes a lot of hits. Colossus are getting low. Tanks are getting ground. If it wasn't for the stasis traps, I mean, Goblin would be in a lot of trouble. Tank blows once again. First Colossus may just barely go down. Liberator has arrived. Colossus barely survives. Shield batteries, they're finishing up. And again, that's a lot of shield batteries. Here's a lot of shield batteries. HonMonO is laying siege upon the natural. Getting within range. And there's a lot of shield batteries to work through. There's just a wall of shield batteries here. Let's go. Vikings, they get extra shots off, and this is looking rough here for Goblin just because of how low the Colossus are. All it takes is 1 or 2 more volleys, and these Colossus are going to go down. Vikings are looking for an opening. Shield batteries are buying time. Nova goes off. Let's connect with one of the tanks. But here, Goblin, he's running out of shield batteries. It's the final shield battery falling. And now he's pinned against the wall. And here comes the freedom. The freedom is here. Disruptors are stuck on the high ground. The boys are here to repair. Let's go. Nexus under fire. Oh, there it goes off. It does go off. The SCVs, they do overextend for a moment. But alas, the natural goes down. Goblin is down to a 1 base economy. And eventually he's going to have to try to break out. Oof. Otherwise it's going to be over here and now. HonMonO might just have too much. Again, welcome back to the tuna. And here we go, the boys are being pulled. This is it, this is Goblin's moment. Nova goes off, good connection. But pushing into the freedom zones, it's not going to be enough. As Goblin, he gets shut down. HonMonO cleans this up, GG gets called, and HonMonO will take the series at 2-1. GG. GG, well played. I was praising Goblin for playing safely against HonMonO. Remember, Goblin, he didn't even take a 3rd base. He was rushing into Colossus first, which I think is a good call. But as we saw, alas, unfortunately, he didn't really have much support for those Colossus. He had 3 Colossus, but not much to help defend against the entire army, against the Vikings specifically, against the Liberators as well. As HonMonO, he slowly encroached upon the bases here of Goblin and slowly choked him out. GG. GG, well played. Ooh, HonMonO does take the series and does eliminate Goblin. Congratulations here. And with that, we're getting ready, or we may as well have a look at the bracket and figure out where we are.